Welcome back to Spectacle Island for episode 12 with me, Mr. Seeley P. I am such an idiot. Sorry to all the people the last episode, when they were shouting and yelling at the screen. I honestly do not know how I forgot. I got a couple of messages, but weirdly, I was editing, did all my editing, posted the video. As I posted the video, I suddenly thought, hang on a minute. I had a message from Bear and Papa, a message from Jim, and loads of people in the comments. There's root crop storage here at the farm. Yes, this silo doesn't take root crops. The root crop storage does, though. That's kind of what it's designed for. I honestly don't know how I forgot. But I did. So, first order of business, let's get this off the floor and into storage. Then I'm going to do the soybean. We're going to take that and I'm going to sell that. There's a fairly good price at the moment at the soy milk factory, and we haven't really been out that way at all, I don't think. Right, I need to grab our lorry. That pallet's full, and then I've got the reusable. There's been loads of people who have been saying about picking pallets up. That one won't let me, but the egg pallet I think I can by hand. I mean, yes, you can pick them up, of course you can, but by hand. Where did I leave the... See, I'm having an absolute mare. Oh, I left it down at the wall, didn't I? The wall, the milk sheep. That's better. Right, let's get the cover open. Swing into there. I've got these belt supports dotted all over the place. That was the one I used to strap down the cab of the lorry on the barge the other day. Didn't end up using it and forgot it was there. Drove up the hill, and as I turned the corner it just flew off the thing. So that's where that one ended up. It happens. Now, I have been thinking, I haven't used it since the problems, but the add-on straw harvest, the pellet hauls, I was going to use on 6 ashes, and it all went wrong and it became this ghostly husk and you couldn't use it properly. Now, I can't remember, honestly, what the outcome of all that was. I can't remember whether or not the last update from Giants, whether that fixed it, because it was supposed to be a clash with that and the Alpine farming DLC, or whether it didn't get fixed, or so I might do some pellets on here. Actually, I don't know what the pellet prices are like. Are there pellet prices? Have I got it installed? I don't know. It all gets very confusing. Yeah, is there anyone that buys them though? Oh, see, this is the problem. Straw Barn takes them, but when they first came out, they were brilliant. Oh, look at the price for gold, that's still up. And the prices tanked when it had an update. And it became that kind of thing of... I mean, with there's the placeable sell point, obviously, that comes with the pack, where the prices are more... The prices are better if they're palletized with that sell point now. That was part of the update. So I think the problem was a lot of the sell points you could sell them and you were making really good money, and if you palletized them you got the same money. So people were arguing the point that, why am I bothering to take all this time to palletize, spending money on the haul and the palletizer and all the rig and all the stuff, when I might as well just use the Baler system, make the pellets and just sell them loose. There's just zero point in going to all that effort, which was a valid point. Of course it was. But I don't know. I suppose you need a lot of them. I enjoyed the process when I did it on Greenwich Valley. I love doing them. I love doing the pellets. But what I might do then is I could do a load loose rather than use the pellet haul and the palletizer. I could lease, although it'd be quite expensive, I could lease the trailed one. Just thinking, was it that one, the one you needed 500 horsepower or more for it to run properly? But we could do a load of that. I haven't done that for a while. I might just do that. It's an idea anyway. So, barley will be done tomorrow. I need to prep field 2 that had... I've got to stop doing that. It's driving me mad. It must be driving you mad. That had the sugar beet in. I don't think I've even sprayed it yet. So that'll need to be sprayed and ploughed. So we can get on that too. Are we full? Oh yeah, we might be, because I had 150,000 litres, didn't I? And that only takes 120, so... Let's hop out, and let's actually go to the... let's go to the root crop storage. I'm just thinking, this is quite a long trailer. Do we have enough room? What I may need to do... I mean, I've been down there, obviously, but... I may need to have a look first. No difference if you're scouting a river. If you're going to ford a river when you're off-roading, and you're supposed to go and scout it first with a long stick and waders potentially to see how deep it is, have I got enough room to get in and turn around? Potentially. Sugar beats the middle one. Problem is coming down this hill and then trying to back up round on a steep hill. That's going to be interesting too. Well, we'll give it a go. What's the worst that can happen? One of my usual debacles, I would imagine. Right, let's swing this round really tight if we can. There we go. Better than my reversing efforts on the last episode to get onto the barge. There we go. Superb. So, this here is root crop storage. And sugarcane. Honestly, you can't make this up. And the weird thing was, when I was talking about it and I was saying that, you know, its main crops only up there and the hayloft takes a load of stuff and I'm going to have to get a multi-fruit edition. Then I talked about getting the root crop storage ones that look like silage clamps with tyres. My brain didn't even go, hang on a minute. I'm pretty sure what's gone wrong here. Oh, nothing. It was that quick. Yeah, I just... nothing. I just blanked. Weird, isn't it? Luckily, it filled up pretty quickly. So this isn't going to take too long. The reverse of shame. Slow and ponderous, gives you time to think about what you did wrong. Go to your room and have a think about what you did wrong. I'm trying to think if I ever said that to my kids. I don't know if I did. Just trying to think. Talking of kids, I'll keep my voice down though. A lot of people, I say a lot of people, a few people have asked about CLEG and videos and things. And up until now, my stock response has been, she's been doing her A-levels. I mean, although everything's been a bit weird and a bit up in the air here in the UK and around the world, everywhere. And the way that schools have done exams this year has been different to how it was last year and completely different to any other year previous. And that schools were given kind of free rein this year to choose how they wanted to go about it. They could do it under proper full exam conditions. They could do it in the classroom. They could break exams up into modules and do sort of smaller tests rather than exams. You know, it was a case of pick the best way that's going to be best for your pupils, because it's been a horrendous year for them. And that's no different for GCSE, A-level, degree courses, whatever it might be. So, so yeah, she was doing all that, and she had a run of exams, and they kind of did them in a semi-formal style, I think, at her school. And I said, once she's done, yeah, I'll probably see some videos. I think, you know, hopefully. And I think I might mention this in a comment to someone. I don't know if I've said this out loud before. So I talked to different people, and I spoke to my brother about a few things, and you know, and you sort of chat, then you think, oh, hang on a minute, who did I tell this to? Was it my subscribers, the viewers? Was it a family member? Was it a passerby in the street? So once she finished her exams, I thought, you know, give her a week or so just to sort of decompress a little bit and, you know, be a good dad, apparently. So I asked her about doing videos, and she's really, really reluctant. Like, I don't know why. We have an absolute blast and had an absolute blast making them, and when she was doing the videos herself, she was enjoying it and she was editing and whatever. So I was wondering, I did wonder whether or not, I know it sounds awful, whether any of her friends, say friends in inverted commas, or someone at school or somebody has made a comment, you know, someone's found out she's been doing stuff on her own channel or with me, and they've been making fun of her, and, you know, I don't know. I'm just trying to get to the bottom of why she seems a little bit... I really wanted to do it. Even if she doesn't do a single video with me, she was enjoying doing it, you know, and you guys were great and subscribed and liked and messaged on her comments and stuff. So I suppose what I'm asking, if any of you, and again, if no one wants to, if no one's interested, if no one wants to see any videos from them, that's absolutely fine. But if any of you want her to do any more videos with me or otherwise, stick it in the comments. You know, just put in the comments when Silly G coming back, you know, or, you know, when you're going to make some more videos, Silly G, or so at least I can kind of show her in the comments and say, look, you know, people want to see this. I also wonder whether or not she thinks people aren't interested, or I don't know. I'll be honest with you, I really don't know. I'm not a pushy parent, never have been. People talk about snowplow parents that go ahead of their children, pushing all obstacles out the way to help them through life. Then you've got helicopter parents, the people that buzz round out of the way a little bit, but still doing the same thing, kind of going around and just making sure everything's okay. I've never been that. Call me a bad parent, but it doesn't matter. I've always been very much, and again, I've probably talked about this before, I'll teach you how to do something, I'll show you how to do something, I'll help you do something, I'll show you a second time if you're not sure, if you didn't understand the first time, whatever. Once I've done that a couple of times, then you're on your own. I've got no problem helping you at all, but I'm not doing it for you. I'm not, you know, I'm not doing your homework, I'm not doing your research, I'm not tidying your room. I've never done that with any of my kids. I remember going to a friend's house years ago when all our kids were little, and we had a babysitter and they had kids. The kids went off to bed, and one of my friends got up and starts tidying up. So what were you doing? Tidying up after the kids? I was like, why don't they do it? It's just to get them. Oh no, don't get them to tidy up their own stuff. What? Sure, that's the fundamental. That's a basic, that is, isn't it? Tidy up your own stuff. You made the mess, you tidy up. I used to do it at school, you know. It was weird when I started off as a TA in the classroom. You'd have some teachers who the kids would just blitz the classroom. I mean, you know, especially if you're doing like an arts and crafts or whatever it might be, or art or DT or science even, and they would do the lesson and the place would be an absolute pit. I mean, just, you wouldn't believe the mess that had been made. And then the lesson would end, and the teacher would say, right, if you don't mind, can you clear all this up, tidy all that up before the next lesson? And I'll be like, you know, all right, yes, my job. The teacher says, can you do this? Can you do that? Can you, whatever it is? Yeah, of course. But when I then was teaching classes and stuff, I was very much, again, to instill into the kids that kind of thing of, it's your mess, you made it. There's not always going to be somebody to come around and tidy up after you. So get into the habit of tidying up after yourself, you know. We even had it, and this will boggle your mind. Well, it might not do, depends where you work, of course. Even in the staff room at school. And the teachers, now I barely ever used the staff room. I never really went in there very much at all. I would sit in my lunch breaks and whatever, I'd read a book or, you know, have my lunch. Fairly kind of solitary animal. Sometimes I'd have lunch with a couple of other people in the classroom, whatever, but I very rarely went in the staff room. But people would use the staff room. These are adults, not kids, adults. Would finish their teas and coffees, leave them on the tables, they'd go over and put them on the work surfaces. Now, bear in mind, this staff room had a dishwasher and a sink and all the stuff. Everything was there. And so we had a staff meeting. We used to have one every Wednesday morning, and then we'd have training sessions on the Thursday afternoon and various different things. So we have a staff meeting. Gets brought up in the staff meeting, the state of the staff room, and something needs to be done about it. So I was like, great. Well, the obvious thing is tell everyone tidy up after yourself. You know, you're adults, sort yourself out. So it was decided, let's make a rota, a cleaning rota. Every year group in the school, the teachers, teaching assistants, whoever it is in that year group, have a week, not a day, a week, where you tidy the staff room. Every day you tidy the staff room after everyone else. Now, I put my hand up and I said, look, I'll be honest with you, I don't use the staff room. I don't think that's fair. Why would I need to be going in every day for an entire week cleaning up the mess of other people because they can't be bothered? It's not like we had cleaning staff, or it wasn't a school canteen. It wasn't, you know, there were people that came and cleared the table. That's not how it worked. Oh, blimey, I got shouted down and argued with, and you know, and it was horrendous. I honestly, to this day, it still boggles my mind that adults weren't tidying up after themselves. Whether they thought the cleaning fairies would just arrive and all this stuff would magic itself into the dishwasher, and then there was the whole thing of no one's emptying the dishwasher when it's done. So, oh, blimey, you've got to be kidding me. So yeah, so I was kind of very much, you know, instill that into the kids, you know, teach them that, you know, yes, all right, we're having a lesson, but before the end of the lesson, let's tidy up. It hasn't got to be spotless, but put stuff away you've used, tidy up, if you've made a mess, clean it up, that kind of thing. And it works. It doesn't take long before people kind of get into a routine, they get into a habit, and they go on with it. And anyway, roundabout way of talking about, you know, of just saying that with my kids, it was always from when they were old enough to toddle, you know, before bed, everything got tied up and got put into their toy box, you know, and cups and things went to the kitchen. Didn't have a dishwasher then, back in the day when my kids were young. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. So yeah, I've never been one of those kind of do everything for you kind of parents. I helped her a bit, and I know a lot of people across when she started her channel, and she did really well. She got a lot of subscribers and quite a lot of views straight off the bat because it was off the back of my channel. I get that, I really do, and I know some people across, and I completely understand if you've been working on your own channel and you're not getting much traction and it's taken a while, and my channel was the same. It took a year, if not more, before I really kind of got any real views, any traction on my channel, that kind of thing. So for somebody to get that happen for them kind of free, I understand, I really do. But this time it's like, you know, you need to, you know, it's not going to come to you, you've got to do something about it. It's up to you what you do. But if she decides she's not going to, then fine, we just need to know that. But I just do wonder whether or not she doesn't think people are interested, she doesn't think people want her to, or like I say, something's happened. But I suppose having said all of that, I've just contradicted myself because I'm asking you guys to put stuff in the chat, in the comments. So I don't know. Do what you will with this information. It's entirely up to you. I'm going to get the soybean cleared while I've been chatting away, as I oft do. I don't know how much we're going to get, but we'll stick it into, I can't see us getting, I don't know, much more than 45,000 litres. If we get more than 45, it will go in the big trailer. Less than 45, we'll stick it in international, and we'll head off to the soy milk factory to sell, because I'm pretty sure that's still the best price. And look at the price of gold. I'm just thinking, when we're out that way, my eyes are like slot, you know, the slot machine. You pull the thing, ding ding ding, it comes up just gold bars across my eyeballs. So I'll see you when this is done. Actually, what I might do is set a worker off. Then yes, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go and grab the T8 and the plough. I might fertilise first, and I'm going to sort out field 2, and we'll get that prepped, ready to take the next crop. I want to do a second run, just make sure I've got enough runoff for the harvester worker, and then we'll get this running. It's not much of a plan, but it's a plan. Fertilising our field 2's done. Ploughing, I'm going to get on with now. Someone asked the other day, who was it asked about the plough? It might have been Jamie. It's the John Deere 2410. Any mods I'm using over and above standard in-game stuff should be listed in the description of the video. I say should be. As I always say, sometimes I forget, but I'm pretty sure everything I'm using is in there. I never used to do it, then people asked, you know. But again, they're not links, because obviously on console it's just everything I'm using is from the mod hub. It's not like a website and I can put a link to the mod I'm using. It's just the description, so the information is there about what mods I'm using in case anyone's curious or wants to know that kind of thing. So yeah, should all be in the description. If there's anything I'm using that you're interested in giving a go, or like I do a lot, you kind of overlook it, you miss it, you forget it's there, you know, and then suddenly think, oh actually, you know what, that'll fit what I'm doing at the moment, or I like the size of that, I like the horsepower configuration, or whatever it might be. Despite the naysayers out there, we have a lot of mods. So, you know, for the people that still say, oh, the trouble is there's no mods, I beg to differ. We haven't had many out for a while. We're getting dribs and drabs at the moment, but we have a lot. I'm glad to see as well, depends if you watch my mod reviews or not on top of this, but the slurry bag mod that I reviewed yesterday, that I was worried was going to disappear, was still in the mod hub today when I turned everything on and got everything ready to record, so that's good. While I have the plough out, there's something I've been meaning to do. If you look around the edges of field 1, there's all this red, where when I originally went round, I think there's bits, you know, when we cleared all the trees and there was a withered crop and whatever, I don't think I got all the edges properly. So there's stuff around the edge. I think. I'm just going to check. Yeah. And it's going to say needs liming as well. Well, at least it'll be ploughed anyway. So I'm going to overlap by, well, I don't need to overlap by that much actually, but as long as I overlap, there's a load of grass bits that I didn't plough properly. I could extend the field a little bit, but I'm not going to. I think we need to start, once I start looking at, got no money. Unless we've got a little bit of money. This, yeah, this is one of the first ones for a while where I haven't overdone or overused or one of the ways of making money. Even the gold bars, which I am going to have another, we're going to do a bit of a forage in a little while for a few more. It's not like we're sitting on hundreds of thousands. We've been using it all as we've been making it pretty much. But I want to get, let's have another check on here. Yes, all the red's going, so those bits are saying need liming, but at least the bits will be ploughed. Big Field Island is, I've always referred to it as, because it's just in my head, not out loud I haven't, but I want to get one of these fields over here. Field prices aren't too bad, in all honesty, but more than I've got. Field 8's quite small. We could pick that up for a song, but I want to get another big field. I suppose we could do field 5, but I think 5 and 6, you normally start with those, and I didn't for this Let's Play. I kind of sold them off because I didn't want to have too many fields, but I think those ones are going to need clearing of trees, aren't they? So I want to maybe look at getting one of the fields over on there, just to expand our capacity for crops, whatever they may be. That's looking better. We're not going to have a huge amount of soybean at the moment. I think we're only sitting on about 18,000 litres in the international. And that's it for field 1, 20,594 litres. We started off fairly strong and I thought we'll get a load. Now, as far as gold bars go, I'm going to do some on the way, as I've been doing on various different trips on the way places. Now, there are some up that way. We'll get to those at some point. Just not yet. I'm going to swing back around with the Land Rover to collect them, because collecting them is a little bit tricky. But I thought, as we're out sort of heading this direction anyway, if there are some that you're missing or curious or not. Firstly, we'll come up to the windmill. This is one of those ones you can turn off as well if you want to. But here at the windmill, we have got one round the back here. Assuming it's still here. Yep. That one that I dropped down at the office never appeared back on the boat. Whether it was taken another day or something, I don't know. So what I'm going to do is put this, please don't fall through the ground. Put it on the ground in front just here, so I can pick that up easier later on. There's one there. Like I say, only because we're heading this way, you understand. But the price of gold is really good at the moment, so why wouldn't I? I must admit, I did think there would be one in that building for a long time. I kind of kept coming back to it and having a look and thinking, am I missing something? But I wasn't. We're going to head up to the less visited, probably because there's not a sell point up there, I think, but the observatory, which I think is great. It's a nice drive up, especially this time of day. The sun's getting ready to set. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm pretty sure there's only one up here. I did have a look around through the solar panels and stuff, but I don't think there is one. But there's around the back of the observatory. We have one. Which again, I'll bring around the front because it'll be easy to get to later. I've just remembered. If you're new to this, if you didn't watch any of the map tours or anything like that, there is the Spectacle Island Bear. And it was one of those ones that it was on the earlier version on FS17, and I really hoped it would come to 19, and it did. When I first played on this map on 17, it was that thing as I was going across the ground and looking around at stuff, and suddenly you hear this sound, and it scared the life out of me. But up here is the Spectacle Island Bear with its cubs, and with its cubs, it is protecting gold bar. You know what? That's brilliant. That's perfect. Look, it's a GOLDIBLOCS and the 3 bears. Love it. So let's grab that and move that out of the way before it gets really angry. It's obviously been popping into fields and stealing people's bales. I'm not quite sure how else there'll be. People regularly deliver round bales to the bear just to stop it from coming and eating their livestock. But anyway, yeah, so gold bar at the bears. I'll put that with the other one. And I think on our travels to soy milk factory we're going to find one more, I think. Just racking my brains. The problem is, like I said on the previous episode, I didn't keep a tally of how many I've collected. I don't know if any of you have been watching the series have been keeping a tally of how many. I thought I did like 4 or 5 on the first time I did some. Then the other day I did way more because I did more than I said I was going to. Maybe about another 6 or 7 did I do? It's 25 in total. That was including the 2 that were at the gold mine. So I have not completely lost track, but because I haven't done them in a methodical order. I think my initial thoughts was I'll do an episode where I just go around and collect up the gold bars. And then I thought I'll just do them in bits. As I'm doing episodes, I'll grab them as I go. The problem is in doing them in bits, where you've got some that overlap. I've got 2 areas where I might have already cleared them. There might be ones I've missed, but I missed 1 or 2. I missed 1 or 2. Now we are heading to the soya milk factory. The price was set as a, assuming it still is, as a great demand. Where are we? For soybean, we want, there we go. So 1244, 1509, 1380. If we come down to the soya milk factory, yeah, it's on blue. 1848, that was on 19 something a minute ago, and that's saying, anyway, fixed is supposed to mean that it doesn't go down any lower than that, but I mean the price of sunflower at the sunflower oil factory, although it's dropping, is way higher than soybean. It's weird because soybean was always, that was the cash crop, you know. I don't think there's any gold bars here. Careful, don't want something by accident. Yeah, so these fields here would still need to be cleared, wouldn't they, of trees. So I think I'd be better off saving up and getting a field out on the other island. It was a lot to do, those early episodes, clearing all the trees, moving all the lumber. I don't mind doing a bit of logging, but you do kind of reach a point you think, okay, I'm okay for my logging fix for a while. Okay. Stick to the marked path and we'll be fine. Oh, yeah. There's another one out here, isn't there? So the soya milk factories on this little island, or attached to. Just here. That's our soy. Well, that's selling. Over here on the beach. I think it was on the beach, wasn't it? There we go. We have another one. We'll grab that. We'll come pick all those up later on. 38,069. That's not too bad, is it? Let's put it by the side of the road so we can collect it on our way past. Let's head back. You know what I was thinking? I might take in those other ones on the way back. I might. What's that? We've done 4. Or would that be? I think 4 might be enough for now. I don't know why I even bother saying it anymore. This might be a slightly shorter episode. It's CLEG's 18th birthday coming up, the end of the month, and sort of kind of coming out of lockdown-ish. At least a couple of families can get together outside. So my brother and his kids are coming for his birthday. And you think, oh, okay, that's not many people. But bear in mind, I've got 5 kids, he's got 4. And yes, some of mine have moved out with parents and then a few partners along the way. All of a sudden you've got a fairly big party without really needing to do very much. And it's that lockdown thing of I'm going around the house looking at stuff thinking, oh, actually, you know, I've been putting off fixing that, or I've been putting off doing that. And there's a bit of painting that needs to be done here and there, and a bit of decorating that needs to be finished. And the bathroom ceiling, we had a problem with that a while back, and part of the ceiling came down. We had a water leak in the roof, and the water leak got fixed, the roof got fixed. And then it was a case of, right, I need to sort out, we needed to pull down the entire ceiling in the bathroom and have the whole ceiling redone. So we had a quote, guy came out, lovely guy, lives down the road, called Andre, fantastic guy. He rented a house in our street with his wife. He's a Polish guy, and the guy's a grafter. I mean, wow, does he work hard. Been saving up the whole time they've been renting in our street, and they bought a house that came up for sale a couple of doors down from me, and he gutted the place. I mean, ripped it out to the joists, all the plaster off the walls, everything. I went in to have a look one afternoon, and it was just brickwork and joists. There was nothing left. He then built an extension on the back, a loft conversion, and just built the whole thing back from the ground up. Amazing guy. Anyway, he popped in to have a look, and I said to him, you know, how much would it cost to pull the ceiling down? I mean, I can pull the ceiling down, but to put a new ceiling up and that kind of thing. And he said, to do a new ceiling, if he pulled it down and got rid of the rubble and then put a new ceiling up, you know, maybe around 900 odd quid, something like that. So the problem you've got is if you had a water leak in the roof, which we did, is if we pull that ceiling down, and it's old lath and plaster as well, so you take the plaster off and you've got all the wooden lath to take down, is if any of your joists up in that ceiling are rotten from where you had water ingress, potentially we need a new roof. What? So the price went from about 900 quid for just doing the ceiling up to about 3 grand, 3.5 grand or something for a new roof or something. So yeah, that was fun. So I've been looking at all that, going up in the bathroom thinking, okay, do I pull that down? Do I do all that, clear all the rubble away, and then risk realising the ceiling needs to be, or the roof needs to be redone? So yeah, it's just odds and ends need to be done. So I'm just trying to kind of find time. It's bad enough as it is, but find time to do stuff. There's a nugget in here. I know there's this spooky old mansion. A few people did comment early on and say it would have been cool. And I'm not putting this on you, Jim. This is not something for you to go away and do, because the problem is whenever I say stuff in my videos, Jim goes away and tries to make it work, tries to make it happen. and it's just adds so much work to what he's already doing. The farmhouse, when you cleared all the stuff and the farmhouse came back from being kind of derelict or whatever to being usable, people said it would have been cool if you could do the same thing here. You could gradually do stuff and the scaffolding would go, and then and then you could have this as a usable house for a sleep trigger kind of thing. Yes, it would be cool. I was just amazed by the detail and stuff on it anyway. Is it in here or is it upstairs? It might be upstairs. We have another one. There we go. Let's grab that. Please let me grab that. Put that outside. Now again, as far as I remember, there's only one more up here, I think. No. I do not want to repeat it down at the office. Let's pop that down there. And then actually we can walk around. The sell points around the sides here. Which again, if you're not selling manure or slurry or... I think this is a petrol one, or is this a... This might be a propane one. Where are we? Over here. Yeah, propane. So you can sell manure, sell slurry, sell propane here at this yard. But we've got definitely one over here. Under the little tanker truck. Just there. Let's grab that. If we don't find another one, I'll put this up with the other gold bar on the way out. And we'll grab the Land Rover, we'll go around and get all those, and we'll get them sorted out. So I've sorted out the sugar beet, that's all now in storage. Field 1 has been cleared of soybean, that's been sold. I think I might be dreaming it. It's because there was one up on the other gantry. No, I don't think so. Pretty sure it's just the two round here. Selling the soybean, going around, gathering up a few, or finding the locations of a few gold bars. And the stables is up here as well. I have already said, I don't know if I'm going to do horses. I did them on 6 ashes. I don't mind doing them as part of a storyline when I'm doing like a narrative kind of thing. But I don't... I know it sounds weird. I don't find I get anything out of doing them when I'm not. Does that sound odd? The sheep and pigs and cows, all that kind of stuff, because you get something from them, you know. The horses I've always found, if you're doing a story, yeah, it's great. You can have people send you horses, or you go and get them, or you buy them. I don't know. It's just my own personal feeling on the situation. So do I do sugar cane? Because depending on what happens with Lucas Island, there's a couple of reasons with Lucas Island why I haven't been back. Let's grab the Land Rover. And wrong side. In that it was an unwieldy beast, to say the least. I was enjoying it massively, but Kaz sent me a message on Facebook, I think it was, to say that he was submitting an update for it. The update was going to add some more crop types, including coffee and stuff like that. And I thought that would be so cool on the island to be able to do coffee and, you know. So I did message back. At least I think I messaged back. Please tell me I didn't think I had, but didn't actually message. Oh, just driven past. What am I doing? I messaged back to say, that sounds fantastic. Will it need a new save game? Because if it needs a new save game, I would have to get those extra crop types, redo the entire map. That means re-landscaping everything I've already done. But weirdly, the update hasn't popped up in the mod hub. So I don't know if it's now not happening. Yeah, I'm not sure. So I was holding off on Lucas, I'll be honest with you. I was holding off on it because I thought if it does need an update, and that update does need a new save game, I've got hours to prep work to get that back to where it is now. or I just carry on and don't do the update, but then I run the risk or lose out on being able to do all the new crop types that are potentially on it. So I was waiting. I thought I'll just wait for the update, see what happens. If the update comes out and it doesn't require a new save game, brilliant, let's crack on. I didn't want to go so far down the rabbit hole of doing it and adding more and extending more and to find I've got to do a new save game. So yeah, and then nothing happened. So I'm not sure what's happening there, whether it is going to get an update or not. It's kind of, again, not complaining, just explaining. It's not an excuse per se, it's a reason, but I know it kind of sounds like an excuse, but so yeah, I was talking about I was going to do sugarcane on there because I was offered the chance of some gear, because it's the perfect thing. Tropical island, sugarcane, absolutely spot on. But I'm not sure. I did wool on Rasvet, so I mean I've done a lot, all these crops on other maps, so I don't see why that would be any different, but I don't know. But I definitely think I'm going to do, I forgot pellets. I haven't done pellets for a while, so we'll check out the pellet haul, see if that's working again. Problem is that's expensive. So, I mean, to be fair, so's the actual the pelletizer, the on-field pelletizer is expensive. I suppose I could rent it. I don't know. I just enjoy bimbling around. Let's head up the hill. Right, I will see you at the gold mine in a minute. You know where these all are. I've already been around collecting them, so or exposing them, shall I say? Funny story, this gold recovery. Oh man, I can't believe this happened. Cannot believe it happened. Come on. This looks a bit odd from this position. But if I come up a bit, this is the position I'm in. Because I was driving my Land Rover nice and happily across one of the causeways and we hit a bump. And the Land Rover tipped one way and I gold go that way, gold go that way. I kept two pieces in the back. One piece went that side, two went that side. Two I've already recovered. This one I can't reach because it's just too deep. I can't get the hand in to come up. So the CSZ thing won't pick them up. I did try. Believe me, I tried, because I thought, how much easier would that be? Hang on. It didn't work before. So I again didn't expect to be doing this during an episode. Oh, obviously I just hadn't got close enough with the straps. The other two I dragged and dragged. I thought, should I go and get a wheel load, a telehandler with a longer reach? So not at all what I was expecting. Have we got more in there now? I think we have. Oh, if I'd have just used the straps a little bit better. I tried to hook up a couple of times, thought, okay, it's not going to pick the bars up, so I'll just drag them. And I dragged and I twisted and turned and pulled, and it kept on coming. Don't drive too deep in the water. If I lose my vehicle because of that, I'll be furious. But, right, not that the straps are going to make a huge amount of difference, but let's take this nice and gentle, shall we? To the gold mine. I wasn't going to show it, and I thought, why not? It's part of what happened. Oh, man. What we got here? I suppose that's one good thing. Again, take your time. It was that horrible moment when you just feel sick in the pit of your stomach, where as I was going, I saw the bump and it hit it, and because the suspension is a little bit spring on this, it just flicked the back up in the air. And yeah, I thought if they're gone, because they won't reset, they haven't gone through the floor or anything. They're in the water. If they were too far out to reach, I suppose I'd say a telehandler with a longer boom probably would have worked. Oh dear, what am I like? Oh, probably said this before. I don't remember this being this steep. No, I do not want to lose any more. Thank you very much. I know Land Rovers have very good side lean ability, but there is a limit. Don't think there are any gold bars around here. Pretty sure there aren't. So we shall end on selling these. What a trial that was. And here we go. Do not drop. I'm getting about the same for these as the gold bars on Gold Rush, interestingly. They will be put to good use. And the thing is as well, I said before, this is a finite supply of them. It's not like they're just replenishing. Like you can come to the gold mine, do some mining and get more or anything like that. It's, you know, it is a finite supply. Unlike things like silage and whatever else you decide to do, and you can do millions and millions of litres. It's just another resource. And with that, we are done. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest, whatever you should choose to do. As always, thanks for watching. No. Oh, no.